How to identify the male lead in 3 steps so you can overcome your second lead syndrome. Step 1. The cover. If there's only one man on it, that's the male lead. If there's 2 guys on it, the one to the left is the male lead. Don't believe me? Let me show you a few examples. This one on the front page, the one on the left is this white-haired guy. If we click on it, as you can see, the white-haired one is bigger, therefore he's the male lead. And this guy, well, he's irrelevant because he's behind. It literally does not matter which context. The one to the left is always the male lead. If he looks like he's yearning, he's not the male lead. Damn, his face isn't even on here. Poor guy. Let's take a trip to the romance category and analyze some covers. See, the left and right rule strikes again. I don't care if the female lead is closer to his face. This guy is on the left, therefore he's the male lead. Here's the proof. However, this only applies to when there's 2 male leads. If it's a reverse harem, this does not apply. This blue-haired guy is the male lead in this story, however, he's on the right. So this rule doesn't apply for reverse harems. Here's another reverse harem story where the one on the left is definitely not the male lead. Like, I read this and he's not male lead material. It's probably this guy. If you know, you know. For reverse harems, it's actually the opposite. So the one on the right is the male lead. But Jimmy, what if the female lead is the only one on the cover? Then what do we do? That is when you move on to step 2. Looks. If he has black hair, there's a 93.8% chance that he's the male lead. And a 100% chance if the second lead has pink hair. Here's another example. In a harem, the chance that the black-haired guy is the male lead significantly decreases. But of course, rule 1 is applied first. So this black-haired guy is on the right in a harem, and he is indeed the male lead. So I just wanted to say that the left and right rule applies first, everything else comes after. The one who's taller is the male lead, and I don't care if he's like 1 inch taller than the other guy, he's the male lead. If this single tuft of hair is what makes him taller, he's taller, that's a fact. I don't care if both of them went bald, they would be the same height. However, they're not bald, therefore this guy is taller. If he has an RBF, he is the male lead. Like, bro, stop smiling like that. You should be more like him. I'm sorry, bro, but if you smile like that, then I don't think you can complain to me that you don't get the girl. Cause like, you have to like, you should be more like him. Okay, that's more like it, but his side eye is much more intimidating than yours. Unfortunately, it's too late. Now, if there's only one male lead, he tends to have more freedom in personality. But Jimmy, what if neither of the male leads have black hair? Then you move on to step 3, personality. If he has 1 or more abusive parents, he's the male lead. However, if the other male lead also has 1 or more abusive parents, this cancels out the effects and it doesn't become like who has the most abusive parents. If he's richer, he's the male lead. If he's emotionally constipated, he's the male lead. If he's a 10 out of 10 but isn't interested in women apart from our female lead, he's the male lead. Webtoon just loves men that are so pure and innocent and has never been interested in a woman before. But that's just women in male-dominated fields. Let me remind you that you must apply these 3 steps in the order I gave them to you, because some facts override others. I guarantee you that this has an 100% success rate. Remember, I'm talking about when there's more than 1 male lead. If you can find a webtoon that doesn't follow my guide, then here, have a cookie or something? I don't know.